So I made a video giving my rationale for why I believe Kanan Jarrus is not Jacen Syndulla's biological father, but then that begs the question, who is Jacen's real father? Well, I believe I have solved that mystery. In my previous video, I said that Jacen looks like a white boy with purple eyes or dark blue eyes, which is why I believe he's not related to Kanan. Therefore, Jacen's biological father would have to be a white man with either purple eyes or blue eyes. I'll get to that in a second. So I did some research, if that's what you want to call it, and from what I found, there's only one human male in Star Wars Rebels with purplish eyes, and that is Ezra Bridger, unless I skipped someone. But anyways, I am no way implying that Ezra is Jacen's father because that would be disturbing on every level. So we can pretty much assume that Jacen's father had blue eyes instead of purple. Alright, now you might want to strap in for this next part because it's about to get a little complicated. First, let's look at Hera's side of the family. Her father, Jacen Syndulla, has red eyes. Now, even though Hera's eyes are green, her father still passed on the gene for red eyes. It just didn't end up getting expressed in Hera, because her eyes are green. But the gene for red eyes is still there. That being the case, Hera is still going to pass down that gene for red eyes to her offspring, whether they end up having red eyes or not. Now, if Hera were to mate with someone who had blue eyes, it is possible that the genes for both red eyes and blue eyes from both parents could merge, so to speak, and form a gene that produces purple eyes. And as everyone knows, when you mix red and blue, you get purple. Boom. Science. So, just to recap, in order to figure out who Jacen's father is, we would need to look for 3 specific qualities. He'd have to be white, he'd have to have blue eyes, and he'd have to be somebody we're already familiar with, because Sabine says in that final episode, we all know what his father was like. Based on these qualifications and my quote-unquote research, I found one man who I believe is most likely to be Jacen's father. That's right, Ryder Azadi is Jacen Syndulla's mystery dad. Think about it. Ryder has a darker hue of blue in his eyes than Kanan did, and therefore has a better chance of producing a child with dark blue eyes or purple eyes. Like I did in my previous video, I would also like to point out his eyebrows. Now, I'm going to disregard the fact that both Ryder's and Jacen's eyebrows are different shapes, because as we've seen with Kanan, eyebrows can apparently change shape as you get older. But anyway, take a look at the design of both Ryder's and Jacen's eyebrows. They both appear to have lines, if you will, going in this direction, with different shades of their eyebrow color in between those lines, if that makes sense. Just take a moment and see for yourself. Aside from the eyebrows and eye color, I think the timeline also adds up. If Jacen was born after the liberation of Lothal, it makes sense because Ryder was there when it happened. Maybe they had a party and got drunk and made choices. Or maybe Hera just started connecting with Ryder on an intimate level because she was still heartbroken about Kanan's death and possibly Ezra's disappearing act. I don't know, but I believe Ryder Azadi is Jacen Syndulla's true father. Also, based on Sabine's vague statement, we do kind of know what Ryder was like in a way, so it's possible that he's Jacen's dad. Now, obviously, this is just a theory with what I think is some pretty solid proof. But as I stated in my previous video, it's implied that Kanan is Jacen's father, so I'm wrong about this whole thing. But take a moment to fantasize with me. What if Ryder was Jacen's father? Imagine that whole Vader and Luke scene but with Ryder and Jacen. I think it would go something like this. Hera never told you what happened to your father? She told me enough. She said the Empire killed him. No, I am your father. No! Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Have a great day.